Did you ever watch Sailor Moon?
I did not. I was somehow the only gay who didn't get on that train.
Are you gay? Just kidding.
Can you imagine if I was like, excuse me? What do you
So,
mean? Hey there, and welcome to Takeout and Talk, a new series from Cocina MSN's Media where culture's always on the menu, even if it arrives in a paper box. I'm Jorge Olivares, and today I'm joined by an original Latino content creator, Curly Velasquez. You might remember Curly from his days at BuzzFeed and the Pero Like video series. Well, he's now the VP of Development for Latination, where he will work with other content creators to bring series and all sorts of digital content to you from a Latinx perspective and to continue to elevate the culture that he and I both love, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. We talk a lot about culture. We talk a lot about our own respective journeys in media and what it looks like to do that kind of work today. We talk about Los Angeles. We talk about just what it's like to be grateful for the things that we encounter in our lives on a daily basis. And we also talk about relationships. What exactly is Curly looking for in the relationships that he seeks out? So, a lot to uncover, a lot to talk about. Here's my conversation with Curly Velasquez. Well, after several years of trying to get a hold of this gentleman, I'm very excited to have Curly Velasquez here in front of me, even though not personally in front. I think digital works, especially in this day and
yeah.
age. But happy to make your acquaintance, sir. Happy to be in conversation with you and to not only talk about food, but to talk about a career that I think most folks of our generation, of our community, would kill to have. So
Mhm.
excited to kind of parse through the choices that you've made, things that are happening for you now, and how we as a community can continue to uplift you as you do the work for us. So thanks for joining me today.
So much for having me. I wanted to say thank you for not giving up on me and wanting to talk to me and pushing the emails. And I always want to be a part of like our community in all ways. And sometimes I think just the nature of the beast that we all only have like 24 hours a day. If you miss one email and it just kind of snowballs and it becomes this thing. So I'm thankful that you're having me on, and I'm thankful that you didn't give up on me. So thank you for all of that. And then also thank you for the career compliment too, because let me tell you, it has been a ride. Like I have not been handed anything easy at all. The universe and the good Lord makes me pay for everything with like a lot of sacrifice and a constant humbling of any sort of like I have zero ego. That's like my issue. Like I have zero ego. Like my parents were very like my dad specifically was like we are not above anything. We come from very humble beginnings in El Salvador and here in LA, and we work hard for our money, like just like a lot of other people in our community. And so that means that with the ups and the downs, like there's I roll with them, like I can roll with those downs. So I appreciate that compliment because it certainly isn't something that was ever handed to me on a silver platter. It was earned with a lot of hard work and a lot of prayers to my higher power and my abuelas, of course.
But
Yeah.
you've been really grinding the wheels for this for several years now, and I think it shows. And I say that as a compliment that it shows that you not only take it seriously, but you do it for love of what you do, and you do it for love of cultura
I
because of
love us.
right.
Yeah.
Tell me about your love for cultura and your love for us.
Oh, I love us. And I don't, it makes me somewhat emotional to think about it. My abuelito used to say to us like, nosotros venimos del corazón de Centroamérica. Like we're from El Salvador, right? Like esta es nuestra tierra. Like this is where we're from. And my abuela used to always say that she came from an indigenous community, her mother did in El Salvador that was at the bottom of a volcano, in El Salvador. And she would say that nosotros somos gente del volcán. And so I've always carried just the very sacred idea that our lineage as Latinos comes from this land. and we are, some of us come from del volcán, some of us come from, el mar,
Mm-hmm.
el mar, la mar, el mar, right?
I was just gonna let you go with it because I actually do not know.
Add a little record scratch there. And even that, I love that. I love the parts of us that know the culture, and I love the parts of us that confuse gender through our language. I love those of us that are, we used to say like pocho, now it's no sabo. I love those of us who hold on to our roots in every single way. It's easy to say you love our music and our food and all that stuff, and but I love the tender, nuanced moments of, like, I live in a super Latino neighborhood. My vecina, who's in her 80s, she's like, yo miro que tú nunca comes. ¿Qué estás comiendo tú? She wants me to come over and she wants me to eat. My other vecina, like Beatriz, is like, Elvita es la que siempre me cuida. She's like, tú siempre solo pasas tomando café y tú no comes, blah, blah, blah. Right. And then Beatriz next to me, she's like, ¿sabes qué? Hice birria, pero yo miré que tenías las luces apagadas, so dije, you're not home, so let me go get you some birria. And the other day, she's like, yo siempre miro que traes tu café, so te voy a hacer café. She came out, and I think those
How
beautiful,
wonderful!
that to me is who we are. It's that warmth. It's that culture. It's that, like, ya comiste, yo miro que tú no comes, right?
Because you brought up food, I
Mhm.
do have to make note. We are having this conversation for Takeout and Talk. I am curious about if it's not La Vecina, what do you frequent? What restaurants,
Oh
what
my
takeout
God.
do you get? As a born
So
and raised Angelino.
So my favorite place, I have many favorite places. I'm really big right now. I'm trying to learn how to cook, but I'm not doing well right now. So I still am doing a lot of takeout and I still am going to a lot of restaurants. I would say that for takeout, I'm doing a lot of like sushi stop. I'm doing like my local like Chinese restaurant. I don't know what the Chinese restaurant name is, but in terms of where I'm going to go eat, I always go to Los Anayas Taqueria on Adams in the West Adams district. It's one of my favorites. Family owned. All the people that work there are related to each other. The men in the back are brothers. They're chefs. They own it. The servers are actually all primos. The oldest primo, Jose, has actually been taking a lot of business classes. So they opened up another location in Pasadena. My other one right now that I go to is like Chalio Birria. I don't know what happened to me. Actually we shot a segment here where we were like talking about Chalio Birria in East LA, and we were shooting it, and I was eating the food on the side. And I'm not a birria person. I like it, but I'm not like como que. I like it a lot, but it's not like I wake up at 10 p.m. now or like 11 p.m. craving it. Lately,
Yeah, yeah.
I, the dead of night, will wake up and I am craving this birria, right? And my last one that I really love to go to right now is Mirate and Los Files. It's also Mexican food. I named all Mexican places, by the way.
I'm not going to say no to that. I'm going to be
my,
very happy with this love for the culture.
my accountant was literally like, so I noticed you have troubles not eating out, and I noticed that you spend a lot of money on Mexican food. And I'm like, correct with both, which is why I'm trying to marry Mexican. So, because I'm hoping that he has a mom who also could hook it up, and we could
Hmm.
save a lot of money in that way. If she wants to come over too, by the way, look, if you're listening to this and you're a Mexican man, you got a Mexican mom who likes to come over and she likes to hang with you and she's going to teach us how to cook, I welcome it. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to learn how to make mole the right way, enchiladas the right way, like all that.
So I love that you mentioned a lot of the Mexican restaurants in LA. You mentioned how you are a born and raised Angelino. So, like, understandably so, you've been surrounded by a lot of the Latinx cultures and communities that come with that region of the country. And again, no surprise that what you're pursuing professionally is tied to the community. Just announced that you have a role at Latination, the VP of
Yeah,
development, which is exciting because
yeah.
tell us what that means. What that means
Oh
for
my
not only
God.
you but for other members and other creators who are Latinx identified.
I'm stretching out into my network and being like, hey, like, in times where Latinos we get forgotten, this place is wanting to remember us and celebrate us, and not only reminisce on the things that we created, but open up the doors for new creators, right? And that's what excites me always. Is like, and that's part of our culture with Latinos, right? To kind of go back to what I love about us, being at a place and finding my home again here has been super amazing. It's been a godsend. It's been amazing, and we've been working together now for almost 6 months. But we have been keeping it on the low.
I appreciate that you said that you feel at home. Is this the first time professionally you feel that way?
Um, it's the first time in a long time. I'll say that. Like, it's the first time. I want to say, BuzzFeed was the worst place and the best place that I ever worked at, but Latination has been the best place that I've worked at. You know what I mean? So, like, BuzzFeed's felt like home, but this feels like, you know what? I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna walk that one back. I would say this is my favorite place. It literally says on my map when I drive here every morning, it says best job, and I tap on my little map in my car, and it directs me to the best job every single day. I do the most work here. I sleep less. I dream about it all the time. I wake up thinking about things. I go to bed thinking about things. But I have to say, like, being able to be given the space to do what I love to do the most, which is celebrate others and our culture. It's I tell my bosses I'm annoying at this point. I'm like, it's a fucking honor. I
Like,
know.
Curly, you were just here yesterday. We get it. We
Literally,
get
they're
it.
like, "Shut up." I'm like, I just want to say I'm super thankful because we're just really like, I just know that I know I'm the right person because it's not, even though despite my Instagram name, the Curly V Show, I just know that it's not the Curly V Show. It's the Us Show.
Mm.
And that's how I want it to stay. And that's how I want it to continue to grow. It's the Us Show.
In addition to this particular role, I had noticed that you had posted on Instagram, or I saw videos on Instagram of the Crash Course series
Oh yeah.
that you were also a part of. Talk a little bit about getting involved with that.
That's super amazing. A friend of mine, another queer Latino man that I've been friends with for forever, hit me up and was like, "Hey, I think you'd be really great for." I don't know if he hit me up or he suggested it to me and to somebody that works there. And another Latina, uh, shout out to my girl, hit me up and she's like, we used to work together, and she was like, are you interested in trying out for this show? It's about Latino literature with Crash Course. It's with the Green Brothers and PBS. And I love education. I love, like, that's, I didn't go to college. I didn't think that education could look the way that it looks for me. And so I'm excited to do that. And like, it's been doing really well. The series is up on YouTube. It does, people think that I've been hearing like a lot of great things from audiences that haven't seen me. I've been hearing from audience members that have grown up with me, and I'm so happy to like become a little bit of like the cool Theo in a lot of ways, which is something that I've always really wanted. Like, I was the crazy unhinged gay primo for a long time, and now I really
Now
feel,
you've elevated. You've moved on to the
yeah,
next tier.
I feel like I'm like this with my family already, but I'm the gay older cousin. I'm the gay tío that I'm like, mijo, mija, like, don't, no te preocupes. Like, life,
Hmm.
have fun. Don't trip. Like, get messy. You're in your 20s. Who gives a shit? I promise you, if you focus on some things, will always work out. You know?
The idea that from the get, when folks have been introduced to you and introduced to your work, that it's been unmistakable that they're encountering a queer person, a queer Latinx person, somebody who has your lived experience, which I think has changed a lot of perceptions for folks who are looking for Latinx media. And
Yeah,
so, just
yeah.
like, how has that sat with you, knowing that
Oh my
you've
God, I
played
love it.
this visibility role?
I think that really set me apart early on. Like, I think, I always say that I was the first queer Salvadorian person that a lot of people ever saw. Like, I was uh I was one of the biggest personalities on one of the largest one of the largest internet platforms of the mid 2000s, which is BuzzFeed, and then Pero like, you know, I had big hair, big jewelry, big laughs, big energy, and people used to be like, you should make more gay Salvadorian content. And I'm like, it is gay and Salvadorian just by me being in it, you know,
Exactly.
like, and I think that like me being myself has been something that like, ¿cómo te dijera? Like, I feel like my spirit is like wearing like this body costume in a lot of ways. Like I don't know how to hide it. I don't know how to not be this person. Like I don't know how to not be big haired, curly person, bushy eyebrows, and even like with this, I feel like I'm dressed really chill, and I feel like people will be like, "This is a fit," and I'm like, "Oh," in my head, I'm just existing. You know what I mean? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, so I don't think about it that much. I think about it in terms that I have a responsibility to make sure that I stay a good role model, which is why I went sober 10 years ago. I want to make sure that people who look at me can go, you can be kind and still make it. You don't have to cheat and lie to still make it. You don't have to like pretend to be something you're not to still make it. Like, so I think I honor it. I don't know that I dwell on it too much because it is just who I have always been since I was born. Like, but I honor it and I'm thankful
Mm-hmm.
for it, you
Is
know.
it or was it difficult for you to essentially adopt and accept the persona that the internet gave you? Like everybody had this idea of who Curly is, who Curly should be, and did that influence who's sitting in front of me today? Like, did you take any of that in?
So what's really funny is my first video ever at BuzzFeed. Like, I remember my line was telling Eugene from the Try Guys, like, "You're late," and I was like, I got to make it fun, so I made it like, "You're late, sir." Like, I had fun with it, right? Like, and from there it grew into this whole like um sassy gay personality. And I knew that if I like played it up a little bit, it was a lot of times queer people use sass to protect themselves from the world and a world that doesn't like us, right? And
Mm-hmm.
so I use sass in the videos to say the things that I think most people were thinking, but maybe were too afraid to say. What happened was I started getting written up as a gay sassy guy, but in real life, I'm actually not sassy at all. In real life, I'm more of like a somebody who will uplift you, somebody who will be like, not like you're late, sir. Like I would be like, baby girl, sneak around the back. Like, don't worry, I'll open the door for you so that they don't see that you're late. Like I'm that person.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the person that will be like, hey, I noticed your style choice today and I thought it was really cool. Like, props to you. Like it's just so and even growing up and I've lost a lot of jobs telling people like when I'm on camera just as a gay adult now, like I'm not going to give you like, yes, mama slay the booze house down. Like I'm not that not that that's bad in any sort of way, but it's just not true to who I am as a person. And part of doing this for so long, when I see content where I'm like, hey guys, like it's so far from who I am that it hurts me to watch myself because I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
who is that? I have, it's a question that it's a really deep question. It's a really good question that you asked me because I always tell people don't look at my content, get to know me for me. Like when I go on dates, I'm like, don't watch my content, get to know me for me. When I started working here, people were like, you're so much different in real life than you are on your content. And I'm like, oh yeah, I want to marry both. And so my content as of lately, if you watch anything where I'm holding up, where I'm chilling in my car and I'm just chilling, like that's the real me. Like me talking and being like, let's talk about Virgos today. Like that's the real me. Yeah.
I love that you use language that I've since adopted. Even though I'm practicing Catholic, grew up Catholic, I now tend to say like whatever the universe says, like whatever the universe provides me, whatever she guides me to doing. And I feel like you've already mentioned her. I'll use her pronouns for the universe. What does the universe do for you?
Oh my God. Okay. So I'm actually super excited about the universe and the matrix. And I think the talk about the universe and manifestation is actually a thing of privilege, if I'm honest with you. I think that like people in Gaza can't talk about the universe, right? Like ICE families that are, or families that are being affected by ICE right now, can't talk about the universe and manifestation, because if that were the case, I'd be manifesting some different shit, right? But and shout out to, to my families that are going through all of that right now. But in terms of, if you have found yourself in a space like living in LA, like me, right? Like somebody who is, I don't know, millennial, or somebody who has had fucking, like a lottery win of having a life where you can even have a conversation about manifestation. I'm excited for it.
Mm.
I'm like, it's like, it's, I use it all the time. I really believe that I live in my own matrix. I really believe that, like, I'm in charge of the coding of my life, and the coding starts really small. The coding starts with, I want bigger muscles, so I do push-ups every day. It's really small. The coding starts with, like, I want to make sure that I am on top of my shit. I don't drink. It puts me in a different timeline, right? So every single day I do this thing, and I highly recommend that people do it. I take 20 minutes to pray, pray to your higher power. It's a three-step process, and I promise you, everything has just started happening for me. Like, there's no, everything that I ask for, ridiculous things, parking, an extra paycheck, a title, whatever it is.
Hmm.
I start off with gratitude. Always say thankful. Always be thankful for where you're at already. Whether that's, I can use my body the way I would like to use it. I still have my voice that I can sing. I still have my ability to wipe my own ass. Whatever it is, right? Like, thank you for the $50 in my bank account. Thank you for the 50,000 in my bank account. Thank you for all that stuff. So then, I would say, like, now start thanking it for the stuff that you want in real time, as if it's already happened. Thank you for the $1 million you're sending my, thank you for the $1 million you sent me, by the way. And then picture yourself as a millionaire. What do you look like? What do you dress like? What do you smell like? What music do you listen to? And that's the third part. What music does this millionaire version of you listen to? Like, is it fucking Michelle Branch? Like, is it fucking, like, if you want
Aw.
to, I can save you? Like, is it like, right now I'm obsessed with this pop star named Agnes. Oh my god, my gay brain explodes for Agnes. Like, I fucking love her so much. But like, I embody it, and I think of it, and I feel it, and I only listen to music, and I only keep words around me that make my emotions feel true. And that's the last part, actually. The last part is, um be everything is frequency. Everything is frequency. Like, biblically, the first verse is like, in the beginning there was the word, and the word was God, and the word was with God. He spoke existence. How, whatever you believe it is, it's a vibration. And scientifically speaking, atoms vibrate so quickly that they create matter, right? Like,
Hmm.
energy, all these different things, like laws of physics, or the laws of energy, and all the different things, like the gravity that holds tiny cells together. It has like a whole different name, but everything is all energy and frequency. And Maya Angelou used to say that she believed in the power of words, that words would get into your fingernails, into your clothes, and then finally into you. And so be mindful of the words that you use. So I never call myself ugly. I never call myself dumb. I never call myself anything. I only speak in glory. And I only speak in glory of others, of other people that I love. Like, because I want them to feel the same way as well when they're around me,
Hmm.
frequency. And if anybody else with that frequency, you don't exist to me. I don't want you around me.
So I appreciate you talking about being having similar frequencies, similar energies with people, and like that kind of helps you find your people and find your community and build that up. Uh, Tell me about the energy you have with your co-host for the Super Secret Bestie Club, and how that has maybe played a role in, I don't know, just figuring out what you want in your life.
I love her. She is like my best friend. Not like my best friend, but she is one of my best friends. She is my best friend. Like, I, part of who I have become today is largely because of her. She has this thing where she says that's not my reality, and she'll literally put her hands up and she'll stop people. That's not my reality. She's essentially one of my longest relationships, like platonic relationships. Like we work out, we're business partners. We work out our differences of our differences of just who we are as people. We work out our differences who we are as business partners, and it's been really beautiful to just kind of grow into different practices that we learned with each other. So we do this thing where we go like, "Can I talk to you about something? Like, can I call you in to something?" And we have these wonderful conversations where we really just break it down. Like, so things that I developed with my best friend Maya Murillo. It took me a long time to say that her name. I've been able to kind of like branch out and create this show. So we've had a really beautiful run. We've had like, I think we're on season 4 now. Hopefully, when we wrap, we get season 5. But cross your fingers for us. But yeah, we've been doing like we've been at it for a while.
Hmm. Because you sort of opened the door to talk a little bit about relationships, friendships, and what that means. We are entering into the season of love. It's going to be February, Valentine's soon, and I'm curious about your evolution towards figuring out the relationships you want to have, whether that is the deeper friendships, whether that is the deeper connections with other people that you could see yourself being romantically involved with. Like, how has that shifted?
I think every relationship you learn from something, right? Like love. I always say I feel bad for all my ex boyfriends because they didn't get this version of me. Like every boyfriend got like a super insecure. One boyfriend got sober curly. I wasn't even a year into my sobriety, and they tell you when you first go sober, you have to put yourself first, second, and third. Like you're just really selfish. Your mission is to stay sober, so be selfish. So I had a boyfriend that got the selfish me, right? Like I had a boyfriend that got an insecure version of me because I didn't feel good in my own body. Let alone feeling good with somebody else touching me. I was very insecure and very like, you know, I didn't like myself. Then I had another boyfriend who I like. I didn't know that just because I don't drink, I couldn't go out, right? Like I didn't go out and I didn't know how to be with him and outside in moments where he maybe wanted to get out of the house. I've done a lot to kind of like prove to myself who I am. Like I've handled myself. Like I've made a lot of power moves in my life as a grown ass man, as an adult. So like I think that I don't think that I would have been here had it not been for all my amazing ex boyfriends that I had. Like God bless them, and I really do hold them close to me because I think that they were pivotal, like pivotal in making me who I am as a human. And I apply that again to every other relationship that I've ever had, every other relationship that I have from here on out. Like, I noticed that I'm not always right. Contrary to popular belief, Virgos aren't always right all the time.
Damn it. Everything I ever knew about Virgos.
Yeah. What are you?
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, literally all my exes have been Cancer.
It's
Well,
because we're so emotional. We wear our heart on our sleeves, family oriented.
I love them. I had 3 boyfriends that were Cancers, and like, God bless them because I had one boyfriend that was like, um, he was sick. I was sick, and he brought me like orange juice and oranges and soup, and was so sweet. And then he got sick, and I was like, "Bye, see you later."
You got
And
this, right?
yeah, I was like, "You're good. Like, I'm gonna go home. I was sick for the last 3 days. I gotta go home now." And he was like, and I left his ass, and I feel bad. I feel like, oh, I should have been the right thing should have been like, you take care of me, now I take care of you. Like, how do I, But I had to learn that from a Cancer because I certainly didn't have that as a Virgo by myself.
You know what? You live, you learn. Everything you take a day at a time, sweet Jesus. What
You
can you
live and you learn.
say?
Exactly, exactly.
Hmm. I feel like the thing that you've said, which I feel like is one of the greatest pieces of advice I've gotten when it comes to relationships and just like being good with yourself, is you have to love yourself first, and you have to be good with yourself first before you can allow somebody else to do that for you.
Yeah.
Um, and I want to ask this question just because even though I am not a tattooed person, I am fascinated by tattoos and the tattoo process, and like the tattoos that people choose to get. And I'm curious if that is part of your journey to keep loving yourself, is to decorate your body with what you think it needs.
I actually think my tattoos have to do with like my past lives, to be honest. Like I think I had a dream once when I was a young kid that I was like this like I believe it to be, and I know everybody says it, but I really believe it was like ancient Egypt. I was this like noble or something. I don't know if I was royalty or what, but I had all this jewelry on me. I remember turning around and it was more like safari than it was dry. Like there was like a lot of vegetation, trees, and I remember only two pyramids had been built. Part of what makes this fascinating for me is the dream as a kid, and in the dream the pyramids were really white and really shiny. And I actually didn't know until I was much older that that was true of the pyramids, that they actually were white and shiny. And in this dream, I drowned. Like there was this big, what I think might have been an earthquake, or something happened, but I drowned in the dream. And when I woke up, my friend, I had a friend in the dream, and in this dream, she was a man, but in this life, she's a woman. And all of my tattoos in this life kind of emulate jewelry that I had in that dream. So, like, I had a big necklace on. I had like really big, like, bangles
Cuffs.
almost,
Hmm.
yeah, like rings. And um, I remember I had like long hair and I had like gold in my hair. I'll have like I quote memories of things that I remember about that life, like the way that it looked, like pools and inside of temples, which I later found out that actually is real. Like there were temples that had pools in them, and not like bathing pools, like not like raging waters or nothing like that, but like like they symbolize different things. That so my tattoos are part of me honoring the spirit that is inside of this version of this body and kind of like bringing that. I think I was like a priest or like a high priestess in a lot of my lives, and I think that I'm kind of bringing it into what this life is now.
Hmm. I appreciate that throughout the course of our conversation, you've talked about the kind of being happy with the fact that this is the body you have, that this is what the universe has given you as the vessel to be able to do the work that you do. You've talked a lot about gratitude and how that helps you with kind of moving along with your day to day. So as we end this conversation, as we get towards the end of another day in your very busy work, um, what are you most grateful for right now?
I am thankful to be alive, and I know that sounds really weird, but let me um, let me expand on that for a quick second. Okay, so I'm also diagnosed ADD, which means that I'll wake up middle of the night and I'll have like this crazy urge to learn something new. So I woke up the other night and I was like, "How are butterflies made?" And I looked it up. And do you know like how butterflies are like kind of like created and stuff? Like they become this.
Yeah.
So when caterpillars uh, are going to become butterflies. They eat a bunch, but they go into what they call a chrysalis. Cocoons, people often think that it's cocoons, but cocoons are actually reserved for like moths, right? So the chrysalis is this like what you see when you walk around and you see them hanging. But when they're in there, caterpillars release this enzyme that essentially breaks them down into a soup, into a goo, into a fucking goo, right? In the goo, there are these cells that are called imaginal discs, right? These imaginal discs hold all the information of not only who the caterpillar was, but who the butterfly will be. And my favorite part is that these discs hold the memories of the caterpillar brain and bring it into the butterfly brain. And then after, whatever said time, this other creature comes out of the chrysalis and it has wings. This it's complete. And so to be in a world for something that miraculous, where a creature can break down into goo and become something completely different. In that small of a thing, I feel so fortunate to be alive and to witness all the energy, that which created all of us, the flea and the mountain and the stars. And I think like I must have been a rock for centuries, for millennia, until I was blessed with the ability to sing and dance and witness creation. And the fact that I can walk around and see small bits of that every single day. And I know I sound crazy, and I don't do drugs, I don't drink, but like I feel
Oh,
so
not at
thankful.
all. I love these like rabbit holes we go into sometimes in the middle of the night where we learn so much about life, about creation,
Yeah.
about things that might not be in our day to day every so often.
And I feel so thankful. And that's literally, I'm thankful to be alive. And I when I write in my journal, when I'm at home or I'm in prayer, I'm like, I hope that I always have the ability to witness you, and I think that's what I'm the most thankful for. I'm the most grateful to be able to be here and witness everything around me. And I'm thankful to be on your podcast.
Oh, nice. Oh, the bunch of what a wonderful way to like put a nice little pin and like mic drop at the end of this episode. I am so I'm incredibly grateful for your time and for the energy that you're giving. I feel like the thing that I've learned just as a kind of as you said as a grown ass man is like within the first 5 minutes usually if you're going to vibe well with somebody,
Mhm.
and I appreciate that within the first 2 minutes I could tell that you and I were going to vibe very well.
Absolutely,
And
absolutely.
I'm sure that that's been the case for anybody who's followed your work and continues to follow your work.
Thank you so
So,
much.
with that being said, how can people follow your work, and how can they stay up to date with all the things that you're creating?
Well, you can follow all of my shenanigans at the Curly V, as in Victor Show, the Curly V Show on Instagram. I'm going on a little bit of pause on TikTok right now, but Instagram. And then you can find all of the work that I'm working on here at Latination. That's Latination on Instagram and across social platforms. We also have other Latina, like Latination Latina, Latination Roots, Latination Culture and Media. So it's Latination, it's at Latination Media. So definitely check us out. Keep an eye on what we're doing. Join us, be a part of the movement, hang out with us. Like, if you want to work with us in any capacity, in any sort of way, like please hit us up. We want to hear from the talent. We want to hear from the tastemakers. The gates are open, and we want everybody to come in and join us.
I love it. The gate is
So
open. Come in. Now's the time.
now's the time.
Take advantage of it. Well, well, thank you so much, and I hope that everything
But
continues to go well. I hope this is the first of many conversations you and I have, and next time it definitely will be over some Mexican food in LA.
hell yeah, can't wait. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. Bye, y'all.